Good afternoon, everyone. How are we all? I hope everyone is well. A tiny little shout out and channel update video for you all. Just let me adjust this screen. Uh, First, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who has shown support to me with the little F4U Corsair group build. It's been absolutely fantastic. I really, really appreciate it, and it just makes it worthwhile being able to have a crack at doing something like that. And so I thank you all for your kind words, and thank you to all my new subscribers. While I'm here, I'd just like to also say that I've got building model car kit for the Mike's Mopar scale models or Mopar group build. So I'm doing the AMT General Lee, and I've just been tinkering around trying to find some paint for that. Something that's going to probably just be a rattle can job. But yeah, thank you for letting me join that one too, Mike. And it's going to be interesting to say the least. It's be the first car kit I've probably built in 25 years easily. So I sold most of my car kits off a long time ago, but I still got a few floating around. I've always sort of wanted to keep, so it might be time to start building a few. The Peter Person tribute build is going extremely well. We've got a lot of people who've jumped on board, and some messages from other people who said they would like to join. I'm currently working on the Spitfire and trying to work out the issues I'm having with the Vallejo paint, which so far, touch wood, is working pretty good. Using some of the Vallejo primer in the green. I know this camera is absolutely horrible, but I've got some sort of finish, and I'll be doing an update on that. I've just added some little extra cockpit details, some cameras wide up. I'm just going to put some lenses in that, using a bit of clear, some clear varnish, and just tint it a little bit with some smoke coloured to me paint, just to give some sort of depth to that. But the Spitfire build is on the way. The only other major setback I've had, which might make me slow on a few things, is had a cortisone injection in the hand today. I have torn out my ligament in my thumb here a while back at work. I've had a bit of time off, been suffering with it. It's been pretty painful actually, and the cortisone injection sort of today, hopefully it'll fix everything up and I can be back at work rather sooner rather than later. But making my model building a little bit slow too, so do apologise for that. So some special little shout outs I'd like to do, and I've got them on my list here. I've got World War II scale models and diecast, always very supportive of me, so go and check out his channel. Panzerman's Bunker, Bill, thank you very much if you're watching this for your kind comments and support. Another Aussie guy, Hallidan, does a fantastic, another Aussie channel. Thank you, Hallidan. Al Wood's always very supportive of me. So all these people I'm saying, go and check their channel out. And if you haven't subscribed, just check them out. You'll find them in the comment section on some of my posts. The Charlie Mac, he's been doing some good stuff. Brett G, Plastic Models by a Regular Dude, is doing his a really in-depth build process of his Peter Person tribute build. That is the Airfix 148 scale Mustang. That's a must-watch thing. If you wanted to do a build along on a nice 48 scale kit, I think if you go and check Brett's channel out, it will be a good way to get a head start and a good way to build a kit. The Rebels of Cloud9, thank you very much for your support too, mate. I really, really appreciate it coming from such a huge, big channel of yours. Tony Perez, thank you for always your kind comments. What else? Who else? We've got Neil McKay, of course. The Bilge Rat. Smoky Mountain Modeler, thank you very much for your kind words. Model Blau, Goalie, thank you very much for yours support. Scale Bench Models, is another one to go and check out for a classic plastic build. I'm just ripping these off the top of my head as I'm looking. Bob Earnhardt commented on my Vallejo page. I've taken some of his advice in there as well. You guys know who you are. You always check out my channel and always offer me plenty of support for that. But yep, so that's just a quick shout out and a thank you and a channel update. As I said, I've got the Peter Person build on the go, and I'll be doing a car. This is something I haven't done for a long time, so the channel will be on the go. There's no time limit on Mike's Mopar garages or Mopar group builds. So if you do like cars and you like Mopars, just jump on Mike's Mopar Scale Models channel. I haven't got that right, and does some really good work too, guys. And he's building his car based on something that was in the family, Plymouth Roadrunner. So that's going to look fantastic. That's about all I've got to really update. It's been back doing a bit of fun, and that's what it's mostly about, I suppose, these days. Having fun. Rascals Hobby, howdy, how you going, mate? I'm just doing a quick update here and trying to get hold of some thank yous to some people that supported my channel in the past, and just discussing. Well, I want to discuss now what's going on in the future, and that's basically finishing some of the half built finished projects, trying to get some of those finished off that have been around the stash for a while. So I've got about 4 aircraft kits to finish off. I know there's a group build. I'll just check here. Just trying to find. UK Scale Modeler is running a group build, World War II group build. I'll hopefully have something for that as well. The other guy I'd like to shout out to on this channel was International British Scale Modeler. Thank you, Martin, for all your support all the time and encouragement. And I know we both, with myself, you and Bill, we like to muck around with these old kits, and I'm glad that you enjoyed the old Corsair build. What else can I say? You should go and check out the Rebels at Cloud9. He has done a fantastic Lancaster, Airfix Lancaster build. So please go and check out the Rebels at Cloud9. His Lancaster build was just, really, really, he's probably one of the best modelers I've seen around. And I've sort of subscribed for him for a long time, and he's a top guy, so he's worthwhile supporting that. Peter's, I see Peter's Plastic is getting over a cold, or he's beaten the cold, and he's got a couple of projects still undergo. So I'd like to see how Peter, an update from Peter again on what's on his bench. Frankie Day from Frankie Day Models is alive and well. Thanks, Rascals. Yeah, I'm glad. I think you'll enjoy them all. They're all really good guys. And I've learned a few things from these guys, and they've always got a kind word to say, which is really fantastic. So thanks, Rascals. I appreciate that. Another guy you should go and check if you like the old My Matchbox kits, especially, or other model kits, older model kits. John Parker. He does different series of inbox reviews and stuff, and John's very thorough on what he does. He's very easy to listen to. Even if his videos are long, he's quite easy to listen to. Explains things very well, and likes to build some of the old kits that we built when we were kids. You're just starting out in the hobby, mate. So you, what sort of stuff do you like? You're a car modeler, or a bit of everything like me. And if you always need some help, Rascals hobbies, don't be afraid to ask. Star Trek mostly. Awesome. I have got a Star Trek model to build. I've got the Voyager, the monogram Voyager on the TV show with Captain Janeway, I think it was back in the day. The Rascals hobby, if you do go and check the Rebels of Cloud 9 and go for it, because he's got a lot of good videos there. He's a Trekkie and into Star Wars and sci-fi stuff as well. There's one kit there that he's got that I'd like to build, and that's a space battleship Yamamoto. Something that really interests me. I watched when I was younger, and not so long ago I watched the new movie that was in Japanese. It was absolutely fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. I've watched it about 5 times now, and I still enjoy it every time. I do watch it. I think it's free on YouTube if you look it up. But yeah, I don't know anyone else. There's an Australian guy, Andrews Art and Scar Models. He does a fantastic job on sci-fi stuff, mostly Star Wars, but I think he's done a few other things. What I've sort of been wanting to always build is some of the original Battlestar Galactica models from the 1980s. So the Cylon Raider and the Colonial Viper. Just 2 things that I had when I was a kid, and they got built and played with and destroyed and lost in the moves and everything. So if you like sci-fi and you need some advice, please feel free to ask. And some of these guys that I mentioned questions, they will certainly help you out. Yeah, don't ever feel like you can't ask someone for some advice on model building. It'll be a pleasure to help someone. The other one I wanted to shout out to is Bill Ray, and another guy who I watched and subbed to his channel was Treeline Model Works. He's an American guy as well, had some interesting things to do. And another excellent channel. And I don't know why this guy doesn't have 100,000 subs. It's Greg's Models. He does some really, really, really good work, and mostly on aircraft that I've seen so far. But he's a very, very good model builder, and I mean a very good model builder. And he explains things as he goes, which, like Brett G, it's good to explain things, and I probably should do it more from the point of helping the modeler that I always rave on about too. So I might do a few things. I know that I've been asked to do the base for my course there, how to build a base. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on building a base, so I'll probably do a video on that. I'm thinking about building my General Lee for the All Mopar group build, just doing the jump. So I'll probably build a base for that and see how that goes. And just at the moment trolling through the internet looking for figures that I can convert to Bo and Luke Duke, at least. So go and check out John Parker. Go and check out Greg's Models. Another thing I'd like to do a shout out to is my old mate Greg Riley. Hopefully he's finished his treatment by now, but I'm going to do a separate video for that. And Greg Riley's 135th scale models. If you'd like to do some, see some guy build some wonderful weathered armour on bases and diorama settings and everything, go and have a look at that. The other one to also go and have a look at is Simon Kemp scale models. He does a lot of the diorama things, that accessories, and does his own casting. He can actually, in 135th scale, with his help and some products and bits and pieces and techniques, you can build a house exactly how they build a house in 135th scale for your dioramas. He's absolutely fantastic. Who else would I like to shout out? Because it's been a long time since I've done that. The old greyhound jockey, the Bilge Rat, another Australian guy. Malcolm Bolton is another guy channel. Thank you for your support. I did say Bass Dry Dock, very, very good channel. Go and check him out, even though he can't plaster too well. So I didn't say that, mate. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But just the drywall's not looking too good. Go and see the Charlie Mac. Charlie Mac's the only man that couldn't root, shoot, or electrocute, and he can build a model and cook food. He's a real bit of an icon at the moment, Charlie. Another guy, if you want to go and check out, Steve Mottram, Motty's Military Models. Steve's always Steve's got a couple of group. He's got an Israel Defence Force group build coming at the moment. If you like Israeli armour, please go and support him in that group build. What else have I got to? Hey, I see Rascals Hobbies. There you go, buddy. Thank you for your comment on there before. I'm just going through this just so because I keep forgetting people. And I've got another channel shout out is Mark Felden Productions, if you like. Hey, Jeff, how you going, mate? How are you? I'm just stirring up Charlie Mac. Well, I was. Another good channel, if you like a bit of military stuff, is Mark Felden Productions. Does some wonderful little short history videos. And that's about all the shout-outs at the moment. It's the same old crew, but I do appreciate my new subscribers and all the comments and everything. And as I said, I'm going to be building my first model car kit. Yes, your buddy Mac. I'm going to be building my first model car kit for 25 years, in 25 years for Mike's Mopar Scar Models. So it's the General Lee. And as I said, I want to sort of do a, first car kit in look, Jeff, it's been my first car kit. I started driving trucks when I was 19, and I probably didn't build one since I was 19, and I'm now 40. Yeah. yeah, hopefully. It's a good. I did my entry sort of video on my page, added a bit of music and a few photos, and it's one of those iconic cars that people my age in your late 40s grew up with. So I've got a few truck kits to do that I've kept, some old AMT Peterbilt 359 R Series Mac I bought, which was a re-release. I do apologise that I did want to join the big rig build, Jeff, that you ran. Daisy Duke. Yeah. Yes, I just, that was just a good show, wasn't it? I grew up watching the Dukes of Hazzard, BJ McKay and the Bear, or BJ and the Bear, the A-Team. They were my favourites. I didn't, where I watched Jeff and Rascals. I only watched the whole, and I can't believe they only made 2 series of it. And I've been desperately looking for one on the internet, on YouTube, but expensive. Was Moving On, the TV show Moving On. I thought it was absolute. Moving On is just a really good show, and I can't believe it had 2 series on it. So if any of you guys know somewhere where there's, I could probably get a W move. The A-Team van. I've got an A-Team van downstairs, and I just finished watching a documentary. I just finished watching a couple of documentaries on the A-Team van. How it was painted gloss for 2 seasons, but they changed it because every time, because it was so glossy, you could see the camera crew and the director and the gaff and the guy, whoever, all in the shiny paintwork. So the A-Team van, for the first 2 seasons, if you go and have a look, was a high gloss paint finish. and after that, it was done in a satin finish to help stop the reflection of the paint coming back onto the actual camera crew. Yeah, it's the only other thing I'm trying to look around for is a 70s model Fury. I'd like to build, and I don't know why they haven't. Someone like AMT or Revell or Monogram, well, not Monogram because I think they've gone ass up, to build the Blues Brothers car. So I've been hunting the internet, but boy, oh boy, guys, in America, your model kits are quite expensive, and the postage from the US of A is man, I'd have to sell another kidney, and then yeah, it's really, really expensive. The postage, especially for eBay, it's really expensive. So I've got a few cars. I've got a few cars that I'd like to build again, especially now since I've sort of seen. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm going to have to go through the internet and have a bit of a research, Jeff, about the Fury. Yeah, I remember Johan had a couple of Furies, but they were the wrong models. It has to be like the 70s, doesn't it? So, Benny at Fubar Model Yard would know. Is that a YouTube channel, Jeff? Benny at Fubar Model Yard? Or if you're chatting to him? Yeah, okay. Well, I'll look in. I'm sort of just trying to get through some subs, you know, and trouble is the more people you sub, I will look him up, Jeff. Yes. The trouble is, I feel really not embarrassed, but I feel bad because I've subbed to so many channels. It's hard to get round all you guys all the time and to watch everything. I know the YouTube community is good, but the time you watch all the videos, you got no time to build any model kits. So I sort of try to build something and yeah, try to build something and watch at the same time. Yes, bad. You know what, Jeff? I had ferrets here a few years ago. We used to hunt with our ferrets. Oh, jeez. Bloody Steve Mottram. If you looked in the mirror, is that why you said ugly bugger, Steve? I'm going to have a smoke. Yeah, I'm glad for that too. They do, Jeff, but they'll keep the mice and the rats out of your house. Look, Rascals Hobbies, I'm glad you heard that because it is a very good community here on YouTube. Being in a little 2-bit island, because you Poms can't play cricket, Steve. You know, you bagged the shit out of poor Steve Smith, and Warner just gave himself up just so to give you guys something to bowl to. This has been because I come from a little island right down the bottom of Australia, heading to like a little shit bit on the bottom of Australia. Well, we have no modelling club here, and I've been on YouTube, I think now 4 or 5 years, and this is my modelling club. And I can tell you now, I've met some wonderful people on here from the start, and I've seen. He can't. Yeah, I know. He might have redeemed himself for Australia now. I think everyone's forgiven him over here. He has got talent though, but oh, don't do that, Jeff. You'll catch something if you sub that channel. Don't sub Steve's. You start to speak all funny and shit. Yes, so the modelling community is good. It's my hobby, my modelling club. I've met some good guys on here, and the ones that aren't very nice, you just block them, dickheads. Yeah. Oh well, mate. Just had to go and have some work done on the hand. I tore the ligaments in my hand at work, and it was at work. It was nothing done in the dark with a Ryball magazine. Um, I've been off work for a couple of weeks, and hopefully this will repair the damage I've got in there, because I've just got no feeling in a couple of fingers and stuff. And so I appreciate it. Thanks, Moddy. I just gave your channel a shout out before, Steve, and did I'll get something done. I'll show you, Steve, before you go. I haven't done the video yet, but that's what I had for the IDF group build. It's the 148 scale limited edition Israel Defence Force, and it's got a bit of it's got the CMK engines to put in it, so that'll be done for the IDF build. You don't reckon that, you bugger? Yeah, I just lost the feelings in my hand. I thought I had was having a heart attack or a stroke or some shit, and kept working on it for about a month, and it got to the point where I couldn't even drive home with my hand on the steering wheel or just do anything. So I was away from the bench for a while when they had a meal. Wasn't being able to build much. It was just like, yeah, no worries, Steve. Yeah. Yeah, I've just pulled out all my Verlinden stuff. I had some old 135th scale IDF Verlinden I bought here from a guy years and years ago. Bought it all cheap. I've got some modern day Verlinden 135th scale figures. I know I've got a Nittleri no, it's not, it's an Eschi M60 IDF Blazer. So I'm going to try to do something with that as well later on if I have time. Yeah, thanks, Rascals. And thanks, Steve. And Jeff, thank you too for that. If you, I will chase down Fubar. I'll chase down Fubars and have a look, see if I can do a blues machine. And I was going to do your B17 build, Jeff, but I haven't got one. The one I have got is the Revell B17F Memphis Belle, and I've already started it. I scratch built all the interior for it because it had no sort of interior in it, no ribbing and stuff. So where you could see through the glass, I just added some detail, and yeah, thanks, mate, Jeff. I will. Yeah. I don't know whether you guys are subbed to old Mr. Frankie Day. I was going to ask you to do it when I come over on holiday, Steve. They tell me you've got nice soft hands. Hopefully be over there next year, but just trying to get holidays. Might be going back working for myself yet. Yeah. Yes, Jeff, that kit is a very, very nice kit. I went right back to Frank Day scale models. He's built 11 of them or 12 of them over the years. He's in his 80s now. He's built them all in all different guises and camos and stuff, and he does a really good job of that. Excuse me for a minute. I'll be back. Hello. Speaking. Good, thank you. Yes. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. Yep. If I have time, mate, things have been a bit slow at the moment because I'm off work with crook hand. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you, mate. Bye bye. Sorry about that, guys. Someone trying to invite me to a bloody trade show that I'm really not interested in going, but I was going to go, but see how I go for that. Like a trade show, as in building materials and stuff. So that's all bits and pieces. Oh dear. Yeah, yeah. The Mac had to get his buffet in there as well. That's right. Um, can't help himself, that guy, can he? He's got a big head for a small screen. But yeah, no, it's been good. This modelling community's been absolutely fantastic. I might have sorted my issues out with some of that water-based paint that I have, the Vallejo paint. So I've got that to work. Yeah, yeah. No, I would have liked to join in that B17 build, but I'll watch it and try to sub to the other channels that are in it as well, Jeff. So at least I can keep an eye on all the builds and stuff. I will be doing, as I said, I'm doing that Peter Person tribute build, anything Swedish. I have got a few people in with that, with me, myself, and Brett G. The other one that I wanted to do after that is one for Mr. Greg Riley from Greg Riley's 135th scale models. He does a lot of armor and some really, really interesting, really, really nice weathering and really realistic stuff. I'm going to do something for him too, which will be probably because he's suffering from cancer and had a real tough time, but he's a real man. He's stood tall on this, and he's stuck to his guns. Might do something like a medic theme, so ambulance or anything with a red cross on it, maybe. So I'll work on that later on. Do you have the links to your shout outs? Geez, rascal, no, I don't, but I have worked out on the laptop that I can do something. So I'll try to get something up for you, mate. As soon as I can. I'm not really computer savvy, if that's any word. But yeah, that would be cool, Jeff. So you could build a a Huey helicopter, the air cav with the red cross on it, or you could build a Chevy or Ford ambulance. You could build like one of the half tracks they used to have during the war, with the first aid cross on it, or one of the aeroplanes they had. I've even seen a few model boats there that you can buy Airfix and Revell. I think made a hospital ship and a few things like that. And the main thing I don't want people to do is have to go out and buy a bloody new kit to do it, or have to spend a fortune to do it. But I think there's plenty of things out there that we could build. I'm pretty sure AMT, their ambulance kit. Yeah, half track be perfect. Yeah, like a Yankee half track, just with the white with the red cross on the side of it. So I don't know what I'm going to build. I have got a paper model, card model of a ship called the William Gustav, German ship that was sunk at the end of the Second World War, and they reckon it was the greatest marine disaster. It was torpedoed, even though it was a refugee ship. And I know the Germans did bad things back then, but there was people escaping the Red Army, and they reckon there was 7,000 people on that boat, or more, maybe up to 10,000 people on that boat trying to escape. And yeah, not too many people survived. It was sunk by a Russian U-boat submarine commander, was a bit of a pisshead apparently, like his grog. But I can build that, but that's not something that I could do in a short period of time. So I was thinking maybe doing I've got a 1/72 scale Ju-52, the 3-engine German Second World War transport. I might do that because it's an easy kit, and I'm pretty sure it did come with the Red Cross in it. For the picture on the box I haven't got it here handy, but it's got the winter whitewash over the camouflage, which I've never done before, so it'd be probably a good opportunity to have a go at that and put some red crosses on it and have it come flying out of the Eastern Front somewhere from Stalingrad or something. I'll find something to do. There's plenty of things to do, so that's something I like to do for Greg. And once I get the Peter Person tribute build out of the way and let a few people catch up, then I'll do an announcement on that. I might even do an announcement shortly, but then set the date for some around Christmas time. That'll give plenty of time for people to get something organised. The good thing about it too, there's plenty of things secondhand about, but I haven't seen too many of the AMT vans, the ambulance vans. And once upon a time when I was younger, I did have the Johan Cadillac ambulance. You could even build the Ecto One. That was an ambulance, wasn't it, or a hearse? I think it was an ambulance, wasn't it? Ecto One. There's plenty of things we can do. I know Italeri make a 1/35 scale Willys Army Jeep that has the Red Cross insignia on that as well. So that's another thing I think you can pick up for $5 or $6 secondhand if you had to do that. And that's quite a nice little kit. There's heaps of things out there. We'll find something. It was a hearse. Bugger. But I better not use that. We don't want a hearse. We want something, that helps people. And that's the one I'm looking for, Johan Caddy ambulance. If you get really, really desperate, Jeff, I think I've still got a body, bonnet, front grille, no chassis, no wheels, no interior, no back bumper bar. But I did see years ago when we used to get rebuilders, I used to buy them from Model Empire. I don't know if it's still going or not. They used to sell a few things you could get for car kits back then, rebuilders and junkers and stuff, or you could buy some reproduction parts with some Johan. If you get desperate for it, Jeff, send me an email. I will try to find it. I'm not too sure. I know it's in some boxes packed. I don't think I gave it away. If I find it, send me your address. I'll pack it up and send it to you. And you might be able to find some parts for it. I know the back bumper bar might be hard. No, the chassis been on eBay. Yeah, okay. But I think if you've ever shopped at Model Empire, I don't even know if Model Empire is still going or not. I know you might be able to pick a couple of. They're like a little store in America somewhere. That you might be able to pick up a rebuilder from them as well. And if you look on their website, we used to get a book sent out to us. This is before the days of computers. We used to write letters to order, and we used to have to write letters to them. They used to send us a catalogue, an A4 booklet of everything, and it used to be able to have like different classes of kits. Like if they had like what I've got up there, I've got a boxed Johan Challenger funny car. Now you could buy that's still shrink wrapped, my Johan kit. But if they'd have I would have one that was mint condition, then one that was this, or one that had a bit of paint done, a bit of construction, or then they might have one with parts missing. So you could buy anything out of them, and if you're pretty handy, you could rebuild them, and they do come up well. I've still got a couple of box Johan's kits left. I've got the Challenger funny car up there. I've got Richard Petty's 64 Belvedere, and I've got the Johan Richard Petty Superbird. The other kit I think I kept, and I'm kicking myself. I should have kept a couple of NASCARs I had. I would have liked to have done a Dodge NASCAR for the old Mopar builder. I used to like building NASCARs. They were okay. Yeah, but I'll if you get stuck, Jeff, send me a message. I'll send you my email address. Well, I say, to tell you the truth, Rascal Hobbies, when I sold off I collected them. I wasn't building too many at the stage. I just kept buying them because they just kept bringing out different things. And then I got stuck into the old kits like the Johans. And then, to tell you the truth, when I sold my model car kits a while back, I made money on them for what I paid for them. A lot of my car kits I bought the day brand new. I never paid over $30. Yeah, well, you should know and ask my wife. God, blimey, she's going butcher's hook. That's why I'm trying to build some of this stuff. My son's not really interested in building models. He did build a few when he was younger, but I. No worries, mate. I will. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I think I've got 600 model kits here. 600, maybe more. I don't even know what I got, bro. I tell you. I've got to go through and just go through them. I started going through some stuff, and you know what? I've doubled up or tripled up on things. I thought, oh, geez, I wouldn't mind one of those, and wouldn't mind one of those. Didn't realise that I've had them, and I've bought them again. So I've got to go through and yeah, I've got to go through all of too much stuff. So I'd rather give stuff away to people. So, you've got the disease. Yep, Jeff's got hooked. He's hooked. But you're like me too. You've got planes and ships and cars and trucks and yeah. Well, I just get removal boxes and just start packing stuff inside removal boxes, and then it works out that you can sort of put them in somewhere, and I don't know. Yeah, you got to build everything, don't you? I got stuck into the rut where it was I've gone back to airplanes. It's something that I started building when I was younger, and then sort of turned away from them, and then gone back to them again now. So yeah, it's pretty interesting how you do like full circle. But now I'll build everything, and yeah, that's right. The old ferret kit. Do you know? I got up there. I don't know whether you can see or not. Airfix used to make a range of figures. I've got. I even bought those. I got an Airfix dinosaur thing, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And then I was at the local dump, taking some stuff to the tip, and bugging me dead. Hang on, I'll grab it. When I was unloading stuff, I was looked down on the dump, and there was the bloody Airfix Kingfisher bird in their wildlife series, and apparently they did a couple of blue tits, or whatever they are. Someone started building this bird, but the blue tit's in there. He's a little bit broken. His wings come off. But I thought, yeah, bugger it. I'll have a go at building those. Yeah, that's cool as. It comes with like there's leaves here for the plants. There's even the little trout or the little fish that is in the kingfisher's mouth. Yeah, so they're going to be cool. So I've found, and there's a little tree trunk thing there. Look, I'll strip them all back. I've found out now what that purple stuff, you guys, that super clean degreaser. We've got something like that here in Australia. Yeah, these came out in 1979 from Airfix on this box. They did some birds. Yeah, I've got the what's in here. I've got the full set. So I thought that's just cool. I've seen them in the old catalogues when I was younger, but yeah, bird kits. And then I got a few of the old Matchbox kits as well, like the aeroplanes that I like to do. But yeah, I'll strip them back in that purple degreaser. I think it's just like the old enamel, or I can just put them in a sealed tub. I'll just get something, like from Walmart. But we have something here called shiploads. They're like a Walmart, and just go and buy one of those plastic tubs, and I'll spray it with a caustic thing like I used to strip my model cars off and use the oven cleaner. Yeah, our does do a heap, mate. I have got probably 30 Matchbox kits now that I had when I was younger. That's my last Matchbox kit that I built. A bit dusty, but that's the Matchbox Heinkel. Oh, geez, it's got a cobweb hanging off it. No, it's not. It's a Kelpie dog. But I've got to dust them off. But yeah, I love still building my Matchbox stuff. Yeah. And I like my old Airfix stuff. Yeah, he does a good job. Al does a good job. But yeah, I'm just having fun. Jeff, would you be thinking of running another truck build one time, or like a big rigs too, or something? Or I've got a couple of the old AMT Peterbilt 359. I've got the R Series Mac. I've got a GMC Astro. I've got a couple of Great Dane trailers. I've got the Wilson's livestock trailer. I wouldn't mind building a truck with some people. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, one of those paratrooper dudes. No, we're doing work here, and the bloody house has got really, really dusty. Had to get the wood heater cleaned out, and I didn't realise I had the door open on my cabinet. And when we cleaned the wood heater out, just all that fine ash, like bloody Mount St Helens going off, and here it was, and went over everything, and it's just been a constant my fault, because I thought, oh yeah, I'll just clean the wood heater out myself, and yeah, next minute, shit. Awesome, Jeff. Yeah, let me know, or I'll watch the channel and do it, because yeah, I only pulled them out the other day because it came up in my news feed that you were doing that big 16th scale Pete, and I thought, bloody hell, yeah, I'll join in that. He's doing it again, but it was like a video from last year. So I'll tell you what I have got for a 16th scale Peterbilt or Kenworth W model. I've got it was made by an Australian company called Jamar, and they did some 1/16 scale they did some 1/6 Aussie conversion, so you can get a right hand side draft, but they had a bonnet and grille they made and front bumper bar to convert the W model Kenworth into a Kenworth SAR. The SAR was the Australian design W model Kenworth with a real short slopey nose and a conventional truck. So it was designed to get through traffic and to stop the length of to cut down the overall length of truck trailer, so you could carry a longer trailer, but you your turntable, your wheel axle wheel length was a little bit shorter. I've got one of those somewhere too if you wanted to build it. It's really, really different. If you Google SAR Kenworth on Google, you can see what they look like. They got the spider wheels in them. They still run that Hendrickson or Rockwell type rear end underneath them. I drove, been quite fortunate. I drove one when I was younger, and then I had the opportunity. The Excelsior, was that from the battle somewhere in Star Trek? Was that the Excelsior that got blown up? Rascal. But I had the opportunity when I was younger to drive the first Kenworth truck imported into Australia. It came to Tasmania. It was one of those Seattle cab GM powered Kenworths. It had the riveted cab, and it sat in this paddock for years and years and years. For later, like 30, 40 years, it sat around. And someone's bought it and restoring it, and they got that old GM to run. Mind you, the first time she started, she ran backwards, but they didn't run away from it. They got it back. But there you go, American quality machinery, the Kenworth truck. It's a beauty. I should find some photos of that. But yeah, I'll definitely join the next big rig group build. I've got something I'd like to do. Yeah, I really would. But if you guys ever see in your travels, Jeff, especially you around the place, some moving on decals, because I'm pretty sure I can build the moving on truck out of the AMT, or is it round 2? I think it's got the same sleeper cab and everything as a moving on Kenworth. So all I really need is S. Pruitt and some license plates and stuff, and I'll probably need to mask up the pinstriping and do it myself. Around the first of the year, look for an update on the big rig. Yeah, I will, mate, for sure. I might try to build. I got the old AMT Volvo Globetrotter truck here that I was going to do as part of the Peter Person build, but I didn't realise when AMT did it, it came like a custom truck. It's got like these clip-on hubcap looking things. It looks really 80s retro thing. Oh, thanks, Jeff. If you do think of it, yeah, let me know. I should. I just can't find anything here at all. The same with. I know someone makes the BJ McKay decals for the K100 Kenworth. I was on eBay. Okay. I bid it up to $200 Australian once upon a time on a BJ McKay AMT kit K100, and I still got outbidded on it. It went for like $300 Australian. It was like, Jesus, and that's without postage. And I know now that the K100 AMT kit is getting exy anyway. Hopefully we might get it re-released by someone. But yeah, that's about it, guys. That's about all I've got to say. It's been good having a chat to you as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting some builds done. I'm actually really looking forward to doing my General Lee. I did speak to Mike at Mike's Mopar Scar Models, and he did say he had some orange paint from Rust-Oleum, which we can get here in Tassie now. Bunnings Hardware, the Rust-Oleum spray can guys, and that Rust-Oleum orange that he had looked really close to the General Lee orange. Mike did say that it was yeah, no worries, Jeff. I will. I'll write it down. And I better go too. I thank you all for tuning in. and I'll probably have another online thing later on, and we'll catch up then. So thanks, Rascals. Please feel free to please keep in touch with us, mate. And I'll keep an eye on your channel. I'm pretty sure I sub to you. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. And everyone else is watching. And I'll head off now myself. So I'll talk to you all later. Cheers. I didn't realise it's got late in the afternoon. It's like 2:30. See yous.